Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has secured a historic third term in office, and in this backdrop, India-China relations have gotten off to a cold start. Modi is currently in G7 summit discussing the next series of China strategy. Also, Modi has openly acknowledged the Taiwanese president, and in a tit-for-tat measure, India is set to rename places in Tibet. In the middle of all this, China is caught between lodging strong protests to congratulating the Indian Prime Minister by various means other than through Xi Jinping, who is yet to send a message to his Indian counterpart. A lot has transpired since Prime Minister Modi's re-election earlier this month. It wasn't a straightforward victory, as the ruling party, the BJP, has not secured an absolute majority on its own in the Lok Sabha or the House of Representatives for the first time under Modi. It fell short of around 30-odd seats to hit the magic mark of 272, raising hopes among the opposition and Modi's detractors abroad that perhaps there was indeed a chance to replace the current government finally. But Modi had allies who had signed up to be part of the National Democratic Alliance, the NDA, much before the elections even started. The two biggest parties here were the JDU, from the state of Bihar, which secured 12 seats, and the TDP in Andhra Pradesh, which had 16. They both wasted little time to swear their allegiance, which then set the stage for the third consecutive government under Modi. With 293 seats out of 543, though down from 340 in 2019, the Modi government remains formidably strong. The resurgence witnessed by the opposition has fallen short, and a stable Modi government is likely to be the case for the next 5 years. This raised the question as to whether the nature of this government would change. Well, from the looks of the unchanged top tier of his cabinet of ministers, Modi has signaled towards continuity. Most importantly, the signal from New Delhi is that its foreign policy direction will remain the same. After all, S. Jaishankar will continue to be India's external affairs minister. That means a continuation of India's strict stance against China's aggression at the borders. India and China have been locked in a standoff in the Himalayan border, with heavy military buildup, for more than 4 years now. This year-round standoff is tremendously expensive for both sides, exerting pressure on not just their finances but also their forces, who have ensured multiple winters at Himalayan sub-zero temperatures to hold their positions. Repeated talks have ended without a settlement. Neither side has blinked. And if China hoped that a change of guard, a weaker coalition government in New Delhi with perhaps relatively friendly leaders at the helm, would strengthen its position against India, that has not happened. Instead, with a grand return to power, it is Modi's hand that has been strengthened against Xi, who is left with no choice for another 5 years but to deal with Modi at the helm in New Delhi. So it come as no surprise that Xi's name was missing from the list of world leaders that sent their wishes to Modi. From the UK's Rishi Sunak to French President Macron, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, US President Joe Biden, and Russia's Vladimir Putin, leaders from around the world began sending congratulatory messages to Modi soon after the results were declared on June 4. But one name remained missing, and that's Chinese President Xi Jinping. Do note that Xi had been quick to send his regards to Shehbaz Sharif in Pakistan, or Sheikh Hasina in Bangladesh when they came to power recently. And the story was quite different 5 years ago.